So I was going to say a couple words about how I knew Hal and then read a couple of poems. Oh, thank you. That's good. I first met Hal in 2002. I was writing for the Bay Area Reporter, and I was doing book reviews and arts, pieces for the BAR, which is, if you don't know it, it's the local, one of the local LGBT papers. And I would go in every couple weeks or so and sit with the arts editor and go through the books for review. And I went in there one day and was looking through the stacks, and this book jumped out at me. It was called Memoirs of a Bastard Angel, which, as most of you know, is his autobiography. And it came out in '89 originally, and then in 2002 it came out in paperback. And it had kind of a cool cover. I mean, frankly, that's what drew me to it. I didn't know Hal at the time. I hadn't heard of him. He'd probably kill me to hear me say it. But
you made up for it.
He really would. So I took it home and I read it. It's a huge book, but it's an amazing book. It's a page turner, and Hal knew everybody, seemingly did everything. And I finished this book and I thought, how did I not know about this guy? And was thinking about it. And of course, in the book, he's based in San Francisco, at least at the end of it. And I thought, well, and this was in 2002. And I thought, well, he can't still be alive. I mean, especially after some of the things he did. But but I got the phone book out in the days when we still had really used phone books, and I looked up Norse, and there it was, Harold Norse, 157 Albion Street. And I thought, is that him? And so I called him up, and he answered the phone. Hello. And we started talking, and I arranged to set up an interview with him to kind of go along with the article, the book review. And I went to his house and talked to him, had a great conversation, and I kind of felt compelled after the story came out to go back and keep visiting him. He was living on his own at 80-something, and there was something about him, he just kind of took you in, and you kind of fell in love with him. I mean, I did, and we developed a really great friendship, and then, of course, soon after that, we worked on the poetry book together, which was difficult. Hal had some memory issues, and so in some respects it was kind of like rolling a rock uphill every time I worked with him, and then I would go back and he had forgotten things, so it was kind of sad, but we did make progress and we got a lot done. So.
He's an independent.
Pardon me?
He's an independent, which is what we all want to be.
Yeah, I mean, he was, as you guys know from his work, he's an amazing character. He was unique. And he also was, I was really bowled over by his devotion to his craft. When I was working with him on his poetry, he would look at poems that were decades old and say, let's change this, or let's, he would edit these things, which was great. But it was also kind of hard to work with him to get the things in print. But anyway, that's that. And then this is a poem that I wrote about Hal after he died, which was printed in the memorial booklet that Todd put together. It's called At Albion. The steps up to your place were blue hours in Tangier, haunted Roman shadows, a Paris hotel rank above the street of the heart. So many young men, skin olive, gold, brown, dragging with you on white cigarettes like a sacrament. In Barcelona, Naples, one more shaded room, sleeping streets, a sultry smile from an afternoon corner. Who is this American who speaks the mother tongue so well? Just near your door, one step worn through, almost gone, a broken Brooklyn hanging like a page or a reverie. You'd warn me about it, and each time I'd step over, looking down into its eye. Memory can swallow you up. You meet me with your gaze, but your mouth wavers, at play, undecided. What language now to recite again the beautiful words?